Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show says that he wants to go to the Jets, that this isn't news. Apparently, it's just been going on. So it looks like that's what he really wants. Hopefully that the Jets will want to take on this hefty contract that Aaron Rodgers has, because it sounds like it's going to be a lot for them for the remaining couple of years that he has it for. I think that this is really good. This is very interesting. If you tuned into the Pat McAfee show, then you heard all about it, and I think that it was really cool to see how sincere that Rodgers is with this team, that he clearly enjoyed everything, being with the Green Bay for as long as he was there, and seeing the team flourish, grow, seeing himself just be basically completely embedded into the team, into Green Bay, seeing all these players, come and go, and he was reflecting on the management group that pretty much drafted him and brought him to come up the way that he did. So it was very interesting for him to see all that, genuine appreciation for the city, for the fan base, for all of that. So free agency is upon us. It's this week. A lot of things have been going on. A lot of things have been transpiring. And it's very interesting to see the amount of moves, and beginning with, of course, the Carolina Panthers trade, which shook everything up. And that was last week. So now the Panthers are trying to, they had a great situation. They had a great setup. They add Miles Sanders as well. That's a most recent addition for them. They want complete autonomy, trade the number 9th pick. I think they couldn't get any of those quarterbacks, I suppose it was, expecting them to all go off the board right away. I don't understand this, because trading for the first round pick, or basically removing yourself from any other potential picks that you were going to have later on with the subsequent picks, the first round, the second round, you're still going to get some good players. It's not like the 9th pick was illegitimate for you. Carolina's not a contending team here, but it seems like something a contending team would do, just wanting that first pick, but also the other picks that you're giving up, the future. That's not what a team that is trying to basically renew their identity. It's just start again fresh. They probably see that in a quarterback now. And I don't really care what people are saying on who they think the first round pick is going to be, because it doesn't matter. It's going to be whoever the team picks, and we're not going to know that till draft day. So let's just buckle up, slow down. But congratulations to Aaron Rodgers for an amazing career. Doesn't want to just hang the cleats up yet, obviously, but with Green Bay at least, starting fresh with the New York Jets potentially. Darren Waller to the Giants as well. The neighbors over there in East Rutherford, New Jersey, going to compete for sure. Maybe not necessarily a whole lot, being into different conferences and all, but that, as well as the Orlando Brown trade, looks like he's going to Cincinnati. That's going to be very, very important for that Bengals offensive line. I think that they've been looking for a guy like this, a Super Bowl champion. Burrow needs that protection in order to continue to be as excellent as he is, to grow, to get better. Oh, man. So Golden State Warriors lose on the road, win at home. That seems to be all that they do. And since January 31st, with the exception of one game, they have lost every single game on the road and won every single game at home. It's quite an enigma. That exception was the Lakers win when they took them down on February 11th. So since January 31st, that's about, 7 weeks, maybe a little bit more, that they just haven't been able to win on the road, and that's what is going to be required of you. Most likely, the Warriors are most likely going to end up playing a game 1 in the playoffs on the road, and you do not want to be down 2-0. I personally don't think this is going to matter. I still think the Warriors are going to do a lot of damage in the playoffs, because they're that kind of team. They're that kind of competitive playoff-style type of team that knows how to win when it matters, not depending on where the arena is. They will get used to playing in a different arena for a 7-game series as well. It appears to be location is a problem for them. But if it means playing on the road in game 1, like I say, loss is not going to be the end of the world here. We don't need to worry about that. They turn it up in the playoffs. They always do. Warriors and Nuggets, for me, in the final. Prediction, I know. It doesn't really matter a whole lot to me. I don't carry a whole lot of weight in that. That's not what I think about when I watch the Warriors and the Nuggets play right now in the regular season. I would have the Nuggets and the Suns in the final, but the problem is that Kevin Durant, he's just not around. He's not around to play with the Suns, to get to know the guys, to play together, something that matters, something that's important. And if you want to pretend that basketball is a team sport, well, then you're going to have to get Durant embedded into that team, which he's not. He's never around. And the Warriors have proven that they can play together as a team. They have been doing this for so many years. The Nuggets, they've spent their last 4, 5, 6 years preparing them to be as good as they are right now. But that Warriors home and away stretch, it's certainly a confounding predicament. I mean, it probably just puts them in such a ambivalent state of success mentally, not to mention how Steve Kerr probably feels about it all. He's probably not convinced that they're the team that they were last year when they won the championship. So, yeah, there's that as well. In the NHL, it's a bit of a melancholy time for me. I suppose in the rest of the sports world, once baseball starts, I'm really excited, looking forward to baseball. But right now in the NBA and the NHL, it's kind of just the same thing. It's like I don't really care what's going on because the playoffs are going to change a whole lot of perspective on the significance of these games. I just don't watch them with much weight to them. Because, especially for me, because I've seen the Lightning and the Maple Leafs. It's a matchup in the NHL. That's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to see. That's what we're going to end up witnessing. And it's been set in stone. And Tampa was they were not playing very well. They were on a bit of a rough patch in their last few games. I don't watch them because I don't feel like I need to go through all of that for a regular season game that isn't going to change the trajectory of the playoff picture unless they go on a 7-game winning streak and the Maple Leafs go on a 3 wins in 10 games kind of stretch. Nothing's going to change for that. I don't care about the other teams that are battling out for a wild card. Sabres and Buffalo. Oh, Pittsburgh and Islanders. Oh, Capitals and Sabres are going to make it into the final wild card spot in the East. Sabre. I don't care about any of that, okay? We're not going to find out. I'm not going to talk about which 2 teams I think are going to make it in the respective wild card races and end up playing those top teams. Those matchups are entirely inconsequential to me. And even if you're a fan of those teams like the Islanders, the Penguins, the Capitals, the Sabres, the Senators, you're not going to even know. You just want your team to win as much as they can because they have to in order to get in. But we're not going to know until April 16th, 17th, whatever it is. Same with the National Basketball Association. I have a feeling that the standings aren't going to change. It's just a matter of matchups, which is nice because it's a 1-8 format once the play-in is concluded. But yeah, it keeps me away from caring about the remaining games because I just don't feel the need to worry again. I've mentioned this. I don't feel the need to worry existentially about the fate of these teams when these games do not mean anything, especially when you haven't moved in the standings since November. Yes, that sounds a little bit selfish. I'm keeping in touch as much as I can. I'm going back and forth between adding and deleting a sports app. I just don't care a whole lot. But I get as much information as I need to in order to talk about what I need to and what's going on right now. John Moran is suspended for 8 games, so it looks like something did come out of that. It wasn't 50. Just take the 8, okay? Take the 8. Realize that the Grizzlies are not doomed, okay? They're going to be fine. You're going to come back. It's going to be all right. So just don't worry about it, okay? For all you Grizzly fans out there, I should be a Grizzlies fan, but there's something that just doesn't kind of ring with the Vancouver Grizzlies. I don't see Memphis as the team that we used to be. There's something else. Bad boys, I guess. That's what it is.